Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Matt Diamond. I'm one of the nephrologists here at Nephrology Associates, and I've been asked to talk about kidney stuff today for Kidney Month. Kidneys do a lot of things for you. Mostly everybody thinks that they make water for you, right? You drink water and it's got to come out somewhere, so we make urine, okay? Kidneys do more than just make urine. They do no less than 24 things for the body. A lot of things affect the kidneys affect a lot of things in the body. So what I wanted to talk about today is some of the things that I, as a nephrologist, look for as far as your overall health with regards to your kidneys and what happens as your kidneys start to decline on us. So the title of today's little talk, things your kidneys do besides make water. So kidneys are giant filters. We get rid of water. We get rid of waste products that way. One of the big things your kidneys do while we're starting making water is, one, balance the electrolytes in your body, or the salts in your body. If you've ever picked up a bottle of Gatorade, Powerade, or whatever sports drink, they talk about your electrolytes. Electrolytes are good. We need electrolytes. There's a whole movie that talks about electrolytes for plants, but that's a whole different thing. Those of you who get this, thank you for understanding my humor. Good. Stephanie's giving you a thumbs up behind the camera. The salts in your blood, things like sodium, potassium, bicarbonates. The three big ones we look at right here. We'll talk about potassium. This is a salt that helps regulate muscle contraction, heart contraction. It's got to stay within a very narrow range. If it's too high or too low, your heart can slow down and can actually stop beating. So your kidneys keep your potassium in what's called the Goldilocks zone, okay? As your kidneys start to fail on you, you tend to hold on to a little too much potassium. So we interrupt this for corporate. Back to our regular programming. So my colleagues and I will speak to you about maybe limiting the amount of potassium that you take in every day, or put you on certain medicines that help you get rid of the potassium. A lot of the diuretics, the water pills we put you on that help you make water, help you urinate out extra potassium. We'll also put you on some certain binding resins, some powders that you mix up with water, drink down, that bind up the potassium in your gut, and you poop it out that way. So again, we want to keep the potassium Goldilocks. We talk about bicarbonate here as well. Stephanie, myself, everybody out there watching this video, you're making acid as we speak. Every day you generate acid and your body has to get rid of it. You think about how much acid that is, you take your weight in kilograms, and that's how many milliequivalents you take. So the bigger you are, the more acid you make. You got to get rid of the acid somehow. There's two ways to do it. Quick, dirty way to do it is you take the acid, a little bit of water, it makes bicarbonate in water, or it makes carbon dioxide in water. So what gets rid of carbon dioxide? Lungs. We breathe it out. If you've ever seen somebody in what's called diabetic ketoacidosis, where they've got too much acid in them, how are they breathing? They're trying to blow out as much acid as they can. Also looks like, you're childbirth at that point. Challenge is it's effective, but you burn a lot of energy doing that, and we as human beings want to use as little energy as possible. And a more efficient way of doing that is your kidneys will actually take that acid load, mix it with bicarbonate, and you can excrete it through your urine that way. So one of the things we look for here at Nephrology Associates is we're going to check your bicarbonate level every time you come in. As your kidneys start to decline, you can't buffer that acid out as efficiently, so your bicarbonate level starts to sink because you're chewing it up too quickly. So we will put you on actually bicarbonate tablets, baking soda, not Clabbergirl baking powder. That's got bicarbonate and other things in it because that'll just create gas in you. But good old Arm & Hammer baking soda is just straight sodium bicarbonate that helps us buffer out the acid when you can't do it with our kidneys. So there's a couple other salts we look at, but those are the big ones. Something else your kidneys do for you. They help you with anemia. Your kidneys actually tell your bone marrow to make more red blood cells for you. They produce a hormone called erythropoietin, which floats from your kidneys to your bone marrows, big bones especially, humerus, femurs, pelvis here, and tell your body to make more red blood cells. As your kidney function starts to decline, that signal starts to go away, your blood counts start to drop down. Now, we'll look at certain levels of your blood counts, your anemia. We got to keep you in a certain range. Actually, if we correct it too quickly or too high, that's bad for you. If it gets too low, you start having problems, getting more short of breath, getting tired, start to have some heart problems. So again, not too high, not too low. Goldilocks range, just right. How do we do that? There's a couple medicines that we can give you. The ones we have right now, it's a shot form. It's called Epogen, or there's another product, it's called Aranest. Your physicians may talk to you about these. If you've ever paid attention to sports, especially the Olympic Games or cycling, a lot of some of the athletes will try to get more hemoglobin, more blood counts into them to make them perform better by injecting themselves with Epogen. Lance Armstrong was doing that with the Tour de France, along with a lot of other cyclists. Yes?
I can't answer right now. Hang up. You're on video.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Y'all didn't realize how popular Stephanie was until we started making this video.
I'm sorry.
So regardless, so we look at all things that have to do with your blood counts with anemia. We'll look at your iron levels. We'll actually look at your blood counts. And we'll on occasion look at other parts that help build red blood cells. Thyroid studies, B12 and folate. Because again, your kidneys contribute directly to your blood counts, and when it starts failing, we expect to have just a little bit of anemia, but we want to make sure it's the proper amount of anemia to keep you healthy, to keep you thriving. Okay? Third thing we'll talk about bone health. Dr. Diamond, what do my bones have to do with my kidneys? I'm glad you asked me that. There's the interplay of calcium, phosphorus, and vitamin D in your body. It's all about the balance of all three of these that leads to good, healthy bones and overall healthy, actually vasculature as well. Where the kidneys come in is, in order to get calcium in through your diet, you need vitamin D, and you need to activate vitamin D. Where does vitamin D activation go into play? Anyone at home? Yeah, your kidneys do it for you. So vitamin D floats down to your kidneys activate vitamin D and allow you to absorb calcium from your diet. You probably already figure it out. As your kidneys start to wane on you, you activate less vitamin D. If you have less active vitamin D floating around, you have less calcium in you. Now, you need calcium, again, part of muscle contraction, part of heart contraction. It's got to be at a certain level. So your fallback position is you've got a huge supply of calcium in your body, in your bones. Now, some folks have thicker bones than others, but we've all got calcium in us. You have glands up in your neck that rest on top of your thyroid gland. Remember, your thyroid's a little butterfly-shaped gland up here in your neck that regulates metabolism. These tiny little glands that sit on top of your thyroid, called your parathyroid gland, they govern the balance of calcium and phosphorus in your body. What these little glands do is when your calcium gets low, they tell your bones, hey, we need more calcium, let's release more calcium. And when you release calcium from your bones, you also release some phosphorus, okay? So with folks, as our kidneys start to wane on us, what we expect is low vitamin D. your calcium runs a little lower than normal, and at some point, your phosphorus tends to build up in you, because phosphorus is excreted by your kidneys. So it's this balance of calcium and phosphorus and vitamin D that we examine as your kidney specialist to help keep you healthy. Not only for your bones to be healthy, but also for your blood vessels to be healthy. Why? If phosphorus builds up in you too much and you can't excrete it, your blood vessels start swirling this away inside you. And it turns some of your blood vessels, instead of the nice smooth muscular blood vessels, it gets inside the walls of your blood vessels, this phosphorus, and turns them into bone. So you start laying down bone inside your blood vessels. Blowing my mind right here just talking about it. So when me or my colleagues talk to you about overall bone health with regards to your kidneys, we tend to focus a lot on phosphorus because that'll calcify your blood vessels before their time. And nobody needs crunchy blood vessels. Okay? So, in summary, main things your kidneys do, they make water. Get rid of water, get rid of waste products. But again, from the dozens of other things that your kidneys do for you, we've gone over a couple things. They help balance the salts in your blood, helps with anemia management and making red blood cells. It also helps with your bone health and your vascular health on top of that, through the balance of calcium, phosphorus, and vitamin D in you. So I appreciate y'all's attention today. I hope you learned something, and I hope you come down to see us here at Nephrology Associates. And when you do, just say hey, and we'll be talking with you. Thank you. Have a good day.